Hello everybody, my name is RagingRaptor and I welcome you to a new World of Tanks video, and today we once again have a Raptoranalysis where I am going to show you a replay or a game I had in the STRV 81, the in quotation mark new Swedish tier 8 premium tank, which in my opinion was rather interesting because there are three main things you can learn from. The first thing is obviously knowing what to do when you look at your minimap. Map awareness is something very important. The second thing is knowing what are the strengths and what are the weaknesses of your tank, obviously. And lastly, when to go for a kill and when to focus on something else, because this is sometimes also a very key element which separates normal players from good players, and those are the things which I want to talk about today. Now let's jump into the replay. So here we are in a replay. It's a tier 8 only game on Serene Coast. We are, as already mentioned, in the STRV 81, and as you can already see, our minimap looks very weird. I'm the only one basically of the mediums going up here. But now you might ask yourself, why should I even go there? This is what I was talking about when I'm talking about the strengths of our tank. Our tank is amazing when it comes to hold down. Up there is a great hold down position. I really wanted to go there, but there is simply no point. Look at where our team is going. It would be suicide. And the EPR basically is doing suicide. And you can now look what is going to happen on the minimap. There are 4 medium tanks being spotted on the upper side, on the 1-2 line, and it was also important to notice that those were also some platoon people up there, so it was kind of acceptable that they are going to go there. So this was super unlucky for our EPR and for us because we can't really work out this strong position, but now it's very important to note what can we do else, because if you now look at where we are standing, we are now in a much better position where we are deciding to play much more passively. Now you can call me without an issue a camper, and that's true, but I have no chance whatsoever to try and go for those people when they are just so many of them. I don't have the DPM, there would be 5 versus 1, and I didn't want to risk it. And this is why I decided to go into the back position. Luckily, we only lost one person, which was our dear old EBR, Wheelie Boy. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, he sadly died. But that's about it. And now we have to play this position. Why exactly is this position so good? Not only are you concealed very well, as you can see, there's so many bushes. Obviously, when I'm saying this right now, we are getting spotted by the T-54 Mod 1 over there. But this position back here is amazing. You can see it being used a lot in advanced camps or in clan wars camps, where you can just put some hold down vehicles down here, and they're very hard to try and dig out. But now let's have a look how I'm going to play this position. As you can see, I not always have the map awareness as I want it to have, but now you could see we were able to shoot at a Type 59. Sadly it misses, ship happens, can happen, and now we have to always be a little bit thoughtful about the T-54 Mod 1, which is steadily going to push forward and obviously is trying to get close, sir, because that's very important. If they want to dig me out of this position, they have to get close, they have to keep me spotted, they have to have artillery support and flank me. Because let's for example say, if I'm looking over there, the T-54 Mod 1 from there can easily shoot into my side and I am going to get some damage. But anyway, this is what I meant in the beginning after looking at the minimap, where could the enemies be, etc. I knew I have no chance up there, hence why I went into this defensive position, and now I'm trying to take some pot shots on some enemies left and right. Obviously, I know still the strengths of my tank, which is decent penetration or great penetration even, and a very sturdy turret. And we got even lucky there with the Type 59 being able to burn him from the front. But now, as you can see, this is also what I mean. You have to have somewhat spatial awareness. I'm not really sure if it's the right word. Map awareness obviously is the real right word, but I'm sure there is another word which I'm sadly missing. But you have to look around. Where are kills? Where are people which can shoot at you, etc, etc, etc. For example, the P-44 Pantera over there, he didn't had any map awareness. I was spotted, he knows I'm there, he's still not looking at me, and I'm trying to get him out. And as you can see, I'm constantly looking left, right, because I know that if I would be just looking constantly at the P-44 Pantera, this would be useless, because the T-54 Mod 1 could shoot into the side of my turret. Right now, I am slightly tilted, I have to be honest, because I wasn't able to get him. But now you can see immediately, as soon as he's dead, I'm trying to shift my focus to the T-54 Mod 1, because he is getting close, he can keep me spotted, and he can YOLO me, and this would be a very, very bad thing. Here we got very unlucky that the Type 59 hit us, but luckily, he only damaged the gun, and we still hit our shot on the T-54 Mod 1. Now we have a huge issue. The HWK-30 is YOLOing us. So now my focus has to be on him. Luckily, he's doing a very weird move, and even more luckily, he bounces, we are able to give him a shot, and look at that beautiful ram right there. Now I immediately have to shift focus on the T-54 Mod 1, and now, why exactly did I decide to push up this much? I knew that the Type 59 and the TL1 LPC were over there, but it has to be very important. I have to kill this guy, because a 2v1 with just 650 HP, I'm not going to survive. Only if I'm very, 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 very lucky. This is why I decided to get the T-54 Mod 1 first and take more or less the chances to get hit by the Type 59. And you can see either he wasn't reloaded or he didn't want to waste his shot. So now I have to focus on him. It's a fair 1v1, except he is low on HP. And so one thing I don't understand, was this a misclick by him? Or what happened there? Why was he loaded? Why did he have HE loaded? But now finally it's time. I'm going to move more than just 50 meters. I'm trying to get now the TL1 LPC out. We are still behind in HP, we are still behind in tanks. The only saving grace for us is that never mind, we don't have any more. We don't have any more one artillery piece which could help us. The good thing, however, is that the TL1 LPC is a one-shot. So now we have to make this one-shot count. He has to die. He's one of those guys which can spot us for the enemy artillery. And let's have a look if we can hit the shot. Sadly no, ship happens. This is why I'm now deciding to drive forward. He has to die. I don't know if the Skoda is reloading, and I'm pretty sure he is. This is why I had to get the TL1 LPC and even take that artillery hit into my face. It still is not really looking that well if you think about it. We are still 1200 HP back and one tank. However, this is important to note, the enemy has artillery left, not fighting tanks. Artillery in such positions is still a very, very strong class, don't get me wrong. But it is actually not as one-sided as you might think, especially in a map which has a lot of cover. However, now, please notice what I did. I loaded HE rounds. I know this is risky, but it is much more important right now to try to get every single inch of DPM out of my tank. And now here I'm doing a very huge mistake. I'm like, what the hell should I do? Should I try to go around from the 8-9 line, or should I go through here? And I decided to go through here, and I went very, very late. I'm constantly looking back and forth, because I have to see where exactly am I driving and where is the SU 140 PM. And I got very, very lucky there that he just clipped that track over there. But, and this is again very important, I can't drive forward like this because I don't know where exactly the ISU is standing. If he stands here, he can kill me. And I don't know if the artillery is aiming for me or for the Skoda. This is why I decide to go back into this hold down position where I should be able to stay safe. And now it was for a brief second a 4v1, but I managed to get it down to a 3v1. And I still decide to camp in this position. Look at there we have artillery. It is important to know that this position is very, very RT safe, especially against, in quotation marks, lower tiered artillery, because Conqueror gun carrier tends to be D1 to shoot behind such hills. And now I have to think about what should I do next. I know where roughly the IC152 is, and this is why I decide to try and use this bush over here to see when he is coming for me. Because that would be very important, and we actually spot him. He is not ready for us. I take my time. I can't whiff that shot, and once again, immediately, I push into cover. I have to get into cover to not get splashed by artillery, because right now we have a very, very good chance of winning this game. The only real issue is that artillery in close quarter games can still wreck us. We are not having a lot of HP. The Su-14-2 can still one-shot us without any issue because of its massive 203mm HE gun. Now, also look at the time. We have 7 minutes left in this game, so we are not really, or 6.5 now, we are not really in a big hurry to try and get those artilleries. We can try and play it somewhat tactically. And this is what I'm trying to do. Obviously, it is a little bit obvious that I'm coming from here, because I was last seen here. So the best move would have been to go all the way around, but I didn't want it to risk too much, as my tank is still a Centurion. It's not the fastest vehicle around in World of Tanks. So now you can see I'm trying to use as much cover as I can to be safe and certain that I have as much cover as possible against artillery. So I can try and get the first shot off and be reloaded faster before they are fully aimed in. Obviously this is risky, obviously this can be devastating for us, but this is what we have to do. Well, if we now look at the minimap, we roughly know where both artilleries should be. Either they're around here or behind here. Maybe one went up there, but it's not really that often that you see it, especially with two slow artilleries. So now I try to get a peek into this alleyway, because there are usually some arties camping, and I was like, okay, there is none, and there we go. Actually there is one, the Su-14-2. And he just spotted me when I shot, so he had around 3 seconds to fully aim in. However, I immediately tried to go back into cover, because it's so important that I'm not getting luck shotted. Sure, he did the right thing. He couldn't aim in fully because, well, he could have, and I would have chickened out most likely, because I was a bit scared to get slapped by him. But again, it's very important to note that I had advantage. I was able to shoot unspotted, meaning he had only a 6-second reaction time of trying to fully aim in and get me before I kill him. He did the best. He wasn't aware that I was there. You could see, as did I. I needed my time to fully aim in and notice, oh, he is there. So now it's a 1v1. And the good thing is, the FE 207 shouldn't really have the chance to kill us with one shot. So now I still know where he roughly is, and I'm deciding to go around like this because I do not want to get the artillery in a shotgun mode. Because again, if he is standing, for example, in this alleyway the Su-14-2 was, I could drive like this and try to spot him from here or here, use hold down to my advantage. I could also try to spot him from over here, down here, and I can narrow it down. Again, we have more than enough time left to try and win this game. And luckily for us, as you probably already seen in the intro section, there he is, waiting there and not being able to spot us. And he has not enough spot range, he can't see us. And I'm like, yes, I got you, baby, I got your little sky piggy. You have no chance of running away. And we are winning this game. Ah, my god, that was such an amazing game, and I absolutely was in love with this tank, because again, it showed the strengths of a Centurion tank in the game. Hold down, using your somewhat decent mobility, but again, it also showed you have an eye on your map, and don't be this guy which is like screaming in chat, you stupid Reese, why do you not go there, Ree? And you're going there and you're dying alone. This is stupid, seriously. I know it is very frustrating to not to go with a lemming train or try to defend because your team is lemmings, but in the end it's much better than just to go into one position which is arguably good in most cases, but then just dying off in a matter of seconds because you get swarmed by Zergs, you know? So now let's jump into the post-game stats and we'll see what we got for this game. Obviously this game was an ace tank and I'm very happy about that. It gave us a Radley Walter. Sadly we were 1 kill short of the Pulse medal. If we would have gotten the Pantera, you know, that would have been amazing. That would have been very amazing. But yeah, we also got the Pascucci medal, one of the best medals in the game because it implies we were able to kill some Sky Piggies, Top Gun and obviously High Caliber. In the end, we did a decent chunk of damage, 4,400, obviously not as much as our whole team combined, but we were pretty darn close. Also, kudos to Milenastaya, which also did a decent job, and obviously a shout out to Dushan for being such a happy fella out there, like, oh look, there's my buddy! That was super funny, but 1,600 base XP was a very, very nice game in my opinion. 36 shots fired, 26 hits, 22 pens, and I'm very happy with that. And we got 1 splash damage. I'm actually not sure what that was. Was it on the SU-140 PM? Is this counted as a splash damage? We penned him for 227 though. I'm not sure. Interestingly enough, I wasn't a Unicum sniper, a stupid boy, because we have only 800 damage above 300 meters, and 400 of this was on the artillery piece. 730 damage was blocked by our armor. We were not really using our armor that much, but we were rather using the ability of our tank to stay hidden and still have the security of our turrets. Because in the end, most people weren't able to really shoot at us because they knew they're going to bounce when they shoot at my turret. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's Raptor analysis. I hope you learned something out of this game. Hope you learned this new position and hope you learned something about reading the map and knowing what to do and when to try and get a kill, even if it means you are going to get shot at, potentially. My name is RagingRaptor. Thank you so much for your attention. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If so, let me know in the comment section below. What can I do better? Also, let me know that in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe. And as always, cheers guys and have good luck on the battlefield.